fantastic, team win. I'll just start by saying I don't know what the status is for JT Toppin, but I'm just immediately that's the first thing I was thinking about is, hope he's okay, and hate to see a guy go out of a game like that. He's one of the best players in the country. I went through it last year with one of the best players in the country, one of the best freshmen in the country, and my heart goes out to him and hope that he's back soon for them. Outside of that, I'm just thrilled for our guys who really fought, and it's probably as good a defense as we played all year. We'll be working on end of game situations next 2 or 3 days, but outside of that, it's hard to find a lot of faults in our effort tonight.
So much has been made about your emotions on the sideline, but what are your emotions after a win like this?
It's just great to celebrate and with your guys, and to see them have that moment. We had a week to get fresh and prepare for this game, and Texas Tech is an outstanding team, great program. Grant does a fantastic job. They got great players. Playing at Arizona Saturday and then having to come back here, we had a little more time to prepare, and I think that helped us.
What went into that defensive scout? Because that seemed like you guys did a really good job.
Yeah, like their actions are very simple, but they just try and create miscommunication where Anderson's maybe lining up at 3, or you overhelp off of some of their shooters and they're open, or they get Toppin on short rolls and letting him get through. We tried to really reprogram our guys, and Mickey Mitchell was actually important to that. Mickey's a lefty, and he was like forcefully trying to get to his left hand in our practices to kind of simulate what Toppin is trying to do out there, and so I thought overall did a pretty good job guarding those guys.
Did you want a foul up 3 late?
Yes. We were planning on trying to take a foul at half court if the opportunity presented itself, but it appeared that Anderson kind of mishandled the ball, and there was no reason to foul at that point.
Bobby, there were a couple moments where you were hyping up the crowd late in the second half. What do you think a moment like that does to this fan base?
It was a great atmosphere. It was electric atmosphere, and I think our guys fed off it, and it was very important at a number of different occasions in the second half where we needed to step up and make stops and make a big play. So certainly, especially for a 9 o'clock game, thought it was a really good atmosphere.
You mentioned the end game situation. You only had one turnover for like a very long period in the second half. What was it like, just the contrast between that and then the last 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Yeah, we built enough of a cushion that we would have had to do almost everything wrong possibly to lose or to see the game go to overtime. So, and we tried at times. We committed some bad fouls, and we had timeouts, we didn't take them, and we threw the ball away a couple times. So we got to do a better job of trying to clean that up in late game situations.
What about Mo Odom and some big 3-pointers and free throws for him?
Yeah, he's been doing that just about the entire season. He's got to be one of the more difficult players to guard in our league, just because of how shifty he is with the ball and his ability to shoot. He got fouled on threes twice today because people have to honor that part of his game. So yeah, he was awesome tonight.
Santiago's playing very well as of late.
Who was that?
Santiago Fruit playing very well as of late. What do you credit the turnaround?
He's opportunistic. He's healthy. He had gone through a stretch where he had both of his ankles hurt at different points. He'd sprained both ankles. He feels good. He's healthy. He's moving well. It was like a call to order, like, hey, we got a rebound. I think he took that personal because he is our best rebounder, and he's done a better job the last 2 games of having a nose for the ball, and not only his rebounding, but he was guarding, again, one of the best offensive players in our conference and doing a pretty good job most of the night.
You've talked about how you feel like anything can happen kind of in this home stretch run of the season. What can you pull away from a win like this into these next 5 games?
It's, they just beat the #1 team in the country. you beat a team like that, you gotta feel like if you play the way you've been playing, that you could compete with any team. And we had done it again at Arizona, being in a one possession game inside a minute. But to be able to close the team out and get the win, that's a separator, and hopefully the guys are, build off that as we hit the road.
I believe one of the words that you've used for Noah is that he's very cerebral. Just how vital was that in his playmaking and his defense tonight?
Yeah, he had some big shots too, like some timely threes. Made some good passes. Like his defense is it's hard for me to take him off the floor because he's so active on defense and he knows he plays with a lot of fire at that end of the floor, and that's what we need the most from him.
Coach, did you feel that offensively in the first half? Because playing well, but once Pig really started just attacking the hoop, that sparked the offense even more.
Definitely. And Pig is, I told him at halftime, he's grown a lot because in a game, it's a big boy game. He's not going to maybe get a whistle because there's some contact driving in there. He did a great job of concentrating on just making the layup and not trying to get fouled and trying to get to the line. So he was very good. I'll say the other thing about Noah. You brought up Noah. Mo Odom, and this is a good thing about teams. Like Mo is a guy I want to have the ball like almost all the time down the stretch. Mo said no, let Noah work in some ball screens. That's real leadership to me by Mo, and it's also it shows the trust amongst teammates that hey, I'm gonna defer and let Noah have the ball and make a play. So that's to me what you hope to do when you're trying to build a team and bring people together.
Where are you from a personnel standpoint? You anticipate Bryce being out at a whole lot longer? Or?
He was not feeling well. He hasn't practiced since. I think he's doing a little better. When we have a few days, I think he will just really see. It'll be day to day and how he feels. And but he wants to be out there and he's trying to get back. So we'll just see how he progresses over the rest of the week.
Coach, you mentioned
one more, then we got Noah back.
Coach, you mentioned that you were in your prime, and tonight you kind of proved it. What does it mean to you to just kind of silence the doubters?
I don't know. I don't care about doubters, what people say, and all that stuff. I mean, I've coached against some of the best coaches in the country. I've been doing it now for 11 years here, and so I feel like I'm in my element that I could go toe to toe with anybody. So I'm very confident in my abilities. But for me to have that confidence, you need to have guys like I have, and the players that I played tonight. When you have guys that fight and battle like that, then there's going to be, a level of confidence on my end too, in my abilities. Thank you.
But what does this win do though for the team? Just knowing that maybe one more of these and you're right there again.
That's the beauty of this league, and it's a gift and a curse, because it could just drive you into the ground. This league can, but if you could get some momentum, and we've kind of dug ourselves out of the ashes a little bit. We're climbing the standings at the moment, and there are hard games in front of us, and there isn't an easy one left. So there's all opportunities the rest of the way. Thank you.